Well, hello and welcome. I'm Steve Lister, and in today's video I want to look at transition effects. Now I'm using Wave.Video, but the same principle applies in just about any video editing package out there on the market. The only difference is the actual transition effects may vary, but the principle is exactly the same. And most of these packages have similar sort of features. So what exactly is a slide transition? Well, slide transition is exactly what it says. As you go from one slide to another, it will do some kind of effects. It'll zoom in, it'll slide, it'll fade, it'll do something. So let's have a look. Now I've got a short video here which has got 7 slides. And if I just play the video first to start with, let's have a quick look and see what happens. Yep, so you can see the actual transitions taking place between slides. I'll just stop it there because we don't want to do all of them. Just take it back to the beginning. Right, it's not a good idea to have lots and lots of different transitions in your video. It will obviously depend on how long your video is, and having transition effects can make it a bit more interesting. They can make it look more professional and give it a more professional look and feel about the video. But like I say, don't go mad on them and don't overwhelm the viewer with lots and lots of different transitions. So let's have a look in Wave.Video how we actually apply these transitions and what transitions we've got available. If you go down to the bottom of the screen here where the timeline is, and you'll see between the slides is these 2 little grey coloured triangles, and as I put my mouse over the top of them it says doorway change transition. So this is a doorway effect, and if I actually click there, you'll see it brings up a little panel with lots of different transitions on. And what I'll do, I'll just zoom in for a second and have a look at these and see what effects they've got. And these are the transitions that's available in Wave.Video. Let's say they will vary depending on what package you're using. Some will have more, some will have less. So we've got one here called Cross Dissolve. If I click on it, you'll see in the big background picture what sort of effect you've got. I've got doorway, and again you'll see it's there, entrance, and this just basically gives you a preview of what the transition effect is. Fade to black, fade to white, fade to black, yep. White, spin, I like the spin one, circle, yeah, so you get the idea. Depending on which one you select, that's the effect you get. Now, the effect can actually take place over a duration. Now, the duration in this particular case is anything from 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds. So if I put 0.5 seconds and I do a swipe, yeah, it's fairly quick. If I do a 2-second one, go to the other extreme, you see it's quite slow. Yeah, I generally go for half a second to a second on most of my videos. I find that's about right. And the other thing you can do, depending on which transition you're selected, you can actually do a direction. So in the case of the swipe one, it'll swipe left to right, right to left, it'll swipe up, and it'll swipe down. And most of these will have that kind of effect. Obviously, fade to white or fade to black, they just fade. There is no direction. Okay. And let's have a look. Move, there's another one there, comes in from an angle. Again, you can't choose the direction, it just does it. So that's basically it for selecting them. So let's have a look how they actually affect your video. If I just zoom back out again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose swipe, and I'm going to choose it going from right to left, and I'm going to set it at half a second. Now, one of the things you can do, you can either go through each individual slide and do the effects, or you can say apply to the whole video. So I say I don't want to use too many, so I'm going to apply that effect to the entire video. The only one I'm going to change is the last one, and I'm going to do that one to be a spin. Yeah, and I'll make that one for a 1 second spin, so it's a bit slower. Now, I've made all my changes. Let's go back to the start and let's have a look at the video and see how it's changed. So it's right to left, right to left, with the right to left. And this one will spin. There you go. Stop the video there. So that gives you an idea of things you can do. Like I say, you can do this in Wave.Video. You can do this in almost any video editing package out there on the market. Just makes it more interesting. Like I say, I wouldn't go for lots and lots of transition effects. Go for maybe 1, 2, or possibly 3. And it will depend on how long your video is. And that's it, really. Nice and simple, dead easy to do. And you can do a video in minutes. You can do the effects in seconds. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've got anything out of this, or if it's been of any interest to you, if you'd like to like and subscribe, it's very much appreciated. And I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching.